Cyraxx, aka the diddler, the groomer, the grandmother beater, the Akron addict goblin, the raging narcissistic psychopath, Captain Projector, Captain Parrot. Chance, I'm going to compare you to somebody you should never want your name associated with. His name is Lauren Armstrong, and up until I heard you, he was the worst person on the internet. Absolutely the worst. But you take the cake. He got busted on To Catch a Predator. 30 days of chatting, dead to rights, blatantly caught. And he said, I didn't want to do it. I never meant to go there. What he really means, Chance, and this is going to apply to you as well later on, is that he didn't want to get caught. He knew it was wrong, but he went there anyway. His conscience was telling him, I don't want to go. You shouldn't go. You shouldn't go. But the desire was too much. You are a sex pest. You are a diddler, a groomer. Yes, you are. Calm down. Yes, you are. You got caught. You got busted. It's who you are. You need help. But people that want something as much as you do, people who don't have sex, who are literal incels, all they have is rage. All they have are lies. All they have are these things to try to honey everything over, to try to make their life seem sweeter to other people so they'll consume it. But you've sat in your grandmama's attic for so long, you have convinced yourself you're some kind of big eraser. You're not. You know you're not. Calm down. You know you're not. You've convinced yourself that you're some kind of big time musician. You do what Lauren does as well. When you say everybody says and a lot of people and all of my friends and my family, it's you wanting to give your opinion. It's you wanting to seem bigger than yourself. You wanting to appear that you matter to people outside your little ecosphere of your attic, and you don't. People follow you because they want to make sure other people know what kind of person you are, because they can't believe this little goblin is a grown-ass man in denial about Sally passing away soon, who is destined for a group home because you have no life skills. You just spit that back at us. You don't have any ammunition. So you deflect, and then you accuse everyone else of deflecting. You're the pedo, and you accuse everyone else of being the pedo. You're a loser who has no prospects, no future. You're the loser. But you project that onto everyone else. We have good jobs, and you are a distraction because you're hilarious, not on purpose, but because we're listening to you complain that you should be making millions of dollars as a content creator. But your content is subpar. It's the lowest of the low. Low effort, nothing. Your little concerts, you're one of the worst singers in the history of singing. Lauren Armstrong is a better singer than you. Lauren got third place in a karaoke contest, and he has been living off that his entire life and using that as, see, I would have been a massive country singer if it wasn't for To Catch a Predator. I blame Chris Hansen. They were doing it for the wrong reason. Just like you said. You said the people who were trying to out you as a predator did it for the wrong reason. The similarities are there. You blame Music Biz Marty, and now that Marty's dead, you're desperate for another nemesis, N-word boy. Mastro Mafia, William Glory Hole, Swampy D, Smokey MC, Styled Moth. It was Bass Shaman. But after a while, you are a broken record. And people watch you, some of them, I would guess, because I hope that you would change. That's why I watched Lauren Armstrong. I was hoping to see some kind of growth, but you haven't grown. You've gotten worse. I'm watching your descent into madness because reality is not a friend of yours. You don't go get a job not because we'll get you fired. You don't go get a job because it will tell you. Your qualifications will tell you your value to society, which is zero. You have no social skills. You don't know how to talk to people. You don't have any common sense, or you wouldn't engage with any of these people. You would be put on lettuce and then quickly put on cleaning and then quickly put on trash duty because you couldn't handle any of those. You think you're above them. Just like Lauren thinks he's above being a janitor or thinks he's above being whatever other job he's qualified for. The best job he ever had was a truck driver. It pays well, but you can't even drive, Cyraxx, so I don't even know why I mentioned that. You are a grown-ass man telling your mommy, no, 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 you shut the fuck up and listen to me for once. They're gonna make fun of me. And I have something else to say to you. It's important. Oh, God. Chance, you are the little kid on the playground who shakes his wee-wee. You literally got on streams, shook your little pee-pee, because you're a sex pest. You're a pervert. You're disgusting. That bullshit is disgusting to me. Pornography, people will know what that means. If I was a parent and I came around the corner and I saw you jumping up and down, jigging your little wee-wee to another man, by the way, screaming and yelling about all these conspiracy theories and these fake people that I knew as a parent weren't real. And no matter how many times I told you they're not real, these people, don't engage with them. Chance, just stop. And you said, no, Mom, no. They're going to make fun of me. I would be so ashamed. And I would hear you every night screaming, yelling, not caring about our sanity, peace in the household, screaming and yelling and threatening, telling people you want World War II villains to wipe out their family, daring people to come over, pretending to be a badass. Your god awful singing. You are not a content creator in the slightest. You were never going to be a content creator. Again, you were a little guy who came on, people felt sorry for you, they gave you some money in that one time, and now you attached yourself to that one moment and convinced yourself that that moment defined you. It was going to make you a millionaire. Lauren Armstrong, who I'm mentioning again, got third place in a karaoke contest, and two people stopped and looked in the window. I don't know if you've ever gone clubbing. I'm guessing you haven't because you're an addict, Goblin. But you'll stop, and if you see a crowd, you'll look in and go, hey, I wonder what's going on in there. But to Lauren, those people stopped and were looking at him and saying, that angelic voice. They didn't come in, by the way, in his story. They just looked in. He never forgot that, and he just attached himself to that moment because it was the moment that he felt like he mattered. You want to be popular and you want to matter, and you've mistaken infamy for fame. You are infamous, not famous. You are the content, not a content creator. You cannot help yourself. You have to go out and engage with all of these people that you don't like. What if Markiplier? He spent all of his, because they have lots of haters. Like I said before, Sniper Wolf. I don't like her. She's not a good person. She showed us who she really is, but she has enough simps and enough kids and enough people who don't know the behind the scenes stuff that they watch her. She is one of the biggest creators, if you can call her that. She just reacts to videos like, oh, wow, he's holding an apple. But she still gets views. The point I'm making is, if you were truly talented, if you truly had things to offer, if you did something most people wish they could do, if you did something that most people, they enjoyed watching, and that it was a shared experience, Chance, you are boring, and all you do is parrot what other content creators, real content, okay, I see, okay, let's go. You're not original. You want to be like everyone else, but you don't want to be. You want to be the first Chance. Well, you sure are, buddy. Bed bug, jug, bed bug. Yep, Swampy D. I bet you can't even stand him. I bet you hate him. And you close your closet now because of the bed bug, jug. That's a hit song. None of your... I listened to you try to rap one time. I didn't pick out one single word. I think out of 6 verses I heard thee, and I heard you, and maybe and. I can't remember, but I listened to it twice going, what in the hell is this? But again, when you're in your attic, you can be whatever you want to be. You can convince yourself of anything. You can be as delusional as you want. If only the trolls left me alone. If only it wasn't for Music Biz Marty. If only it wasn't for all of these people. Chance, you're infamous. There are a lot of opportunists out there, including Keemstar, who you love and then hate and then hate and then love, who would jump at the chance to exploit you because you have some value. You don't have value. I listen to Smokey and Swampy and all of them because I want to know that I'm not crazy, that I'm not the only one who feels like this. And here's what I'm going to tell you, Chancy Poo. If you're sitting in a classroom and every other student is holding their nose going, oh my God, but you can't smell that you stink, you stink. Just because you can't smell it doesn't mean you don't stink. Just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there. Radiohead, love them. All of your failure, your downfall, your descent into madness, your lack of anything of any value to society is on you. It takes two people to tango in everything. If I hate you and you hate me, that's on both of us. But if I'm trying to help you, telling you, all of these things are true. This is why everyone doesn't like you. This is what your problem is. And you refuse to listen and you just immediately go, yeah, well, that's what Lauren Armstrong does and why he's never progressed. Yeah, well, I've heard so many streams with you and other people where you have no proof, but you're accusing them of everything and you say, I know. And you also do something else very disturbing. Chance, I hope you hear me. If you could change this, that would be great. I want you to tell me the truth. And I don't want to hear all of this stuff that you know is probably true. You say that. I don't want to hear that it was because I did this. I want you to tell me the real truth. And the real truth to you, Chance, is your opinion. You don't understand that other people have opinions that matter and that they have proof and they have their own truth that they're going to tell you why they left you. And I'm going to say this. I'm not going to harp on it too much. But the fact that you claim other people's kids is creepy. It's uncalled for. It's inappropriate, as Lauren would say. You should never, ever care about other people's kids. You should care about the other people. They are not your children. I don't care if you were with them. My son is a stepdad who is a wonderful human being. We rarely talk. I knew him before they got together. I even knew they would eventually be together, but I don't harbor any ill will because he cares about my kids. That's noble, but he doesn't claim them as his own. He was with my son from when he was 2 years old. That's 12 years. And he's been an amazing stepfather. Wonderful human being. I cannot say it enough. Something I wish I could be. I wish I could be like him. He is high ranking in the military, like high ranking. I'm not going to give too much information, but just trust me when I say, which I know you're lying every time you say that. You can trust me when I say that he's a better man than I will ever dream of being. But he doesn't claim my kids as his own. He will say, yep, this is my stepson Merrick. Or occasionally he'll say, yeah, this is one of the kiddos. But he doesn't say, this is my son. And he doesn't say, you are my last name. Because he knows you can love and care for someone else's relatives, but they're not your relatives. And when you divorce them or when you separate, they are off limits. Unless they reach out to you, they are off limits. Now imagine you are Callum. You're in school, you're out with your friends, wherever you are, and someone goes, hey man, I came across this psycho guy. His name's Chance Wilkins, aka Cyraxx. He's saying that you're his kid. He's saying that he raised you. He's saying that he loves you. And he will always love you. And all he can hear is your voice. I would be creeped the fuck out. And to be honest with you, if I was old enough, mature enough, I would email you or contact you and say, take my name at your fucking mouth. Just like Will Smith. All of this is true. All of this is relevant. And if you skipped over the part where I was talking about my son's stepdad, hey, it's okay, Chance. You will skip over anything that's going to put the hammer down on whatever it is you believe. At some point, you're going to have to look at your future and say, what happens if Sally dies tomorrow? You have to have some kind of plan. What would happen if Sally dies tomorrow? What are you going to do? Suddenly go out and get a job? You're going to get an entry level job in an economy that is just barely starting to recover. You're going to get an entry level job. You're going to have to try to find a roommate, because I have a feeling Ed, if he doesn't go first, he's done with you, bro. He's done with you. He may let you stay for a while, but he's going to demand rent, and you're going to scream and yell about how the trolls are preventing you from paying rent. And he's going to evict you, and you're going to try to get violent, and you're going to come back upstairs with a bloody mouth going, well, gee. You are in serious trouble right now, Chance. Go out and fund whatever your dream is. I did. I worked the job, busted my ass at that job, got on the cover of Tap Out magazine in the meantime, got on HDNet, got on national news. I did all of this while I was working. I had a dream of being a UFC ring announcer, but there's so many other people. I'm a regional Midwest ring announcer now for multiple MMA promotions, but I work a regular job. You don't get what you want just because you want it. I was an MMA journalist for a long time, Chance, paid, but it wasn't enough to support my family. 0.01% of people on Twitch have 3 or 1 or more viewer. No, wait, I take that back. I think it's like 10% of all people on Twitch have more than 1 viewer. And I've had that maybe twice. These are people who consistently have more than... I can't remember what the stats are, but the true stats are ridiculous. We're not counting bots, or people will hate watch you, so you could obviously beat me. But normal people, we get on there, we stream, you get a couple people, maybe they interact, maybe they don't. You are not one of those 1% that have 10 or more. And you're damn sure not the very, very small percentage that have 1,000 or more. You're not talented. You're not. And you deserve to be banned off every platform you've ever been on because of the things you say, because of what you do, because of how you treat people, and because of your past and the fact that you are, without a shadow of a doubt, proven time and time again, a self-admitted, not forced, not your bullcrap story about how you said what you said just to save yourself because they were going to take you. No, you are a self-admitted predator. Someone who threatens people and gets humiliated in person. Someone who screamed. That video of you going to jail when you were screaming and you were crying and you were saying you were scared. When Sally dies, she's not in the best health, my man. She's not a paragon of fitness, okay? She's old. She could go at any moment, and you would be left alone with no skills, no social skills, nobody to spend your life with. Chance, here's my prediction. You go to a group home, you get kicked out of that group home, you get a second chance at another one, you get kicked out of that one, and we all know it's because of your behavior and because of how you try to treat any female that works there, and you end up homeless, unless some idiotic buddy troll decides the best content in the world would be having this attic goblin live in my house so I could document everything he's doing and I would have something unique. You will end up on the streets because you cannot control your sex pest nature. You can't control your threatening, your anger, your rage. And as you get older, we're watching your mind literally fade away. You are rotting from the outside in. We are watching you disintegrate in real time. You have never been a music artist. All of your history, I'm not even going to get into it. All the history, all the backstory, stop screaming at the screen there, buddy. But you have never been a real music artist. I have sold more records than you have. When I was younger, I went through a phase where I was putting out hip-hop music back old school days, and we'd sell them out of our trunk. I made well over $1,000 in one summer. I'm not a music artist. I was just somebody who was into music. I was just somebody who at the time was a novelty. The DJ I think I even have one. You know what? If I have a cassette tape, I may end up posting that just for the hell of it. The DJ was a gunnery sergeant in the Marine Corps, and my name was USMC, like United States Marine Corps, unbelievably Sean McClure. We had so much fun. We got on local radio stations. It was really cool, man. It was a unique time, and I enjoyed it, but I am under no illusions that I am some kind of anyone will ever remember my name because of music. They'll remember my name because of my contributions to MMA, at least in the state that I live in and possibly the Midwest. People I trained with, people I sparred with, all these people, they know who I am. But I'm still just a guy living in a townhome. Well, it looks like a townhome. Anyway, living in a place by myself half the time because we split time with the kids, by myself. And if you want me to be honest, Chance, I am honest with myself. My ex is a much better parent, 10 times better than I am. I know the reality of situations, and I know that if I died, it would be very difficult for my son because we are so close. But he would go over there and his mom would raise him better than I ever could. You can't do that. You don't contribute to your poor grandmother. You don't pay any rent. You don't buy any food. You're a leech. The parts about me are boring. Most people will probably fast forward through them because I'm not raging out. I'm not doing anything unique. I'm just one of them. I'm just a regular person. And regular people, they don't want to listen to regular people problems. That is why you are so appealing as the content, not as a person, as the content, because it reminds them that they are normal, that they aren't you, that no matter what happens, no matter how bad the day is, they aren't you. They aren't Lauren Armstrong. And at this point, I want to make an apology for the noise in the background. The AC is out. They haven't been able to come fix it yet, so I have fans going on, and if I turn them off, I'm going to end up sweating. I do a lot of things, Chancy Poo. I am well known in the magic community. Not Magic the Gathering, but as a magician. In the MMA community. Things that I love because my passion and dedication showed through. I don't have articles written about me. I teach people. I see them at conventions. Hey, man, what's up? Show me that thing you do. And then I do something, and then they show me. Because I get out and I network. I branch out. I know people. I meet people. You don't leave your attic. You will never branch out. You have no one to judge yourself on. You don't have any success measurements for yourself. You just see yourself as better than everyone else. You're a narcissist. You have main character syndrome, and you don't deserve to have it. So trust me when I say, I'm stealing another one of your lines. Change your life. Stop addressing these people. Move on. If you want to be a content creator, only put out what you think is content. Go get a real job. Fund a lifestyle. Get out, meet some people, get some life experience. Continue to chase your dream, but contribute something to your household and, more importantly, to society. Continue to rage and scream at truth. I don't care. But that's the truth, Chancy Poo. That is the truth.